What's up, everyone? Welcome to the 2010 Pyromaniac.com Fantasy Outlook video for a fellow Fresno State alumni. Go Dogs go, fight Dogs fight, Bernard Berrian. Now, Berrian isn't a guy that I've typically targeted in fantasy football before. You know, he had a good year with the Bears. Last year it was up and down, battled an injury. You know, he wasn't able to build up any rapport with Favre, so he kind of gave way. He not kind of gave way, he did give way to Sidney Rice. And Sidney Rice ended up having a great year while Berrian kind of, you know, filtered in here and there. But one thing that we need to think about this year is the tables have turned a bit. Berrian's healthy, Sidney Rice isn't. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, Sidney Rice comes up and he's got this hip injury. And hip injuries seem to be pretty tricky with wide receivers, as it does hobble them. And one of the things that we need to be very wary of is that Sidney said that he hopes to be healthy by week 1. Now, I really like Sidney Rice, but I'm very concerned about this because, first of all offseason long, we don't really hear much about a hip. Now all of a sudden we hear about a hip. He's not practicing right now in training camp, and now he hopes to be healthy by week 1, and we're supposed to feel good about drafting him in the 2nd or 3rd round of our drafts. Percy Harvin just got hurt. You know, he's going to be fine. Brett Favre, you know, he's not going to show up until, you know, a week before he has to be. This is bad news. This is not good at all. But I think if Bernard Berrian is to have any fantasy value, or his maximum fantasy value is going to come if Sidney Rice's injury ends up being as serious as he's making it out to be, and you know, is hobbled. I think Berrian, I think it's the last year of his contract, so this may be his last year in Minnesota, so I don't know how great of his long-term value is. He's not a guy I would take in a dynasty league, expecting much more after this year, in the hopes that he gets to pick up time for Sidney Rice. So we'll just have to wait and see. Man, you got to pay attention to the vibes, but you can't totally take everything away from the vibes. There's a lot of bad vibes coming out of Minnesota, so it's a situation you definitely want to take, you know, keep your eye on as the weeks go by, getting closer to the season. We're definitely going to get your back. If you want our help to win your fantasy league, you got to pick up our draft kit. It's now available at Pyromaniac.com. We also are launching our new site, FantasyFootballPharmacy.com. You can also reach it at FFPharmacy.com. I know at the time that I recorded this video, we're in the final stages, so by the time you watch it, it may be up. If it is up, or I should say when it is up, you have to go there, you have to bookmark it. And over a decade of playing fantasy football and looking at fantasy football websites, it's like nothing I've ever seen before. And I can objectively say that we're blown away with outcomes. So make sure to check that out. Follow us on Twitter at Pyromaniac with a 1 instead of an I, or you can follow me at Pyro_Lion. Just went over 20,000 tweets. I'm tweeting all the time, doling out good fantasy goodness all damn day. So good luck this year. Hit us up. We're here to help in any way that we can. Peace.